Yo, tapping in real quick. UFC Fight Night, Burns versus Brady. And we're staying in the apex for this one. In this video right here, we just going to chop it up for a few minutes about some of these parlay options. For the prelims, for the main card, for the whole card, parlays that I like, parlays as far as, all of these favorites are concerned. My dog plays, so on and so forth, and everything in between, man. Let's go ahead and dive into it real quick. Now, me personally, two legs that I like. There's two separate two legs that I like. But two legs that I like, Andre Lima and Chris Padilla. So Andre L and Chris locked together, get me plus 430. I also like Vanessa and Chris. Vanessa and Chris together, they get me plus 1040. You know what I'm talking about? Three legs that I like, Andre, and Chris. And those three get me plus 610. That's Andre Lima, Andre Petrowski, and Chris Padilla for plus 610. Then four legs, Andre, Chris, and Vanessa. That's Andre Lima, Andre Petrowski, Chris Padilla, and Vanessa Demopoulos for plus 2600. Now I'm talking about my haymaker on the prelims is Gabrielle, Isaac, Andre, Ovens, Chris, and Vanessa for plus 13,347. You know what I'm talking about? That's my haymaker on the prelims. So for me personally, I like Andre, Lima, and Chris at plus 430. I also like Chris and Vanessa at plus 1040. Then forgetting about Vanessa, I like Andre, and Chris at plus 610. And Andre, Chris, and Vanessa at plus 2600. Then once again, my haymaker is Gabrielle, Isaac, Andre, Vince, Chris, and Vanessa for plus 13,347. I mean, it's seven legs. You could put $7 on it and still hit for, thousands of dollars, man. You know what I mean? Type shit. Over $1,000 off $7 type shit on a haymaker. You know what I mean? If you just wanted to fuck with it. Now, as far as these favorites are concerned, you know what I mean? You can catch Andre, and Isaac at plus 150. Three legs for plus 150. Three favorites, you know what I'm talking about. Andre, and Isaac at plus 150. You can add in Gabrielle Santos, and that would be Andre, Isaac, and Gabrielle at plus 252 for a four leg. If you like Wrong Zoo, Andre, Isaac, Gabrielle, and Wrong Zoo is five legs at plus 384. And then if you just like these favorites to do a clean sweep on the prelims and you want to put a haymaker in for a clean sweep on the prelims, all favorites, Andre, and Isaac are plus 150. Andre, Isaac, and Gabrielle are plus 252. Andre, Isaac, Gabrielle, and Wrong Zoo are plus 384. Andre, Isaac, Gabrielle, Wrong Zoo, and Ryan are plus 536. And Andre, Isaac, Gabrielle, Wrong Zoo, Ryan, and Jacqueline are plus 699. So that's what it looked like as far as all of those favorites are concerned on the main on the prelims, man. You know what I'm talking about? The main card for me is where my foundation for this card resides at, and that is I like Natalia, Alessandro, and Steve. They come at plus 157. I also like Natalia, Alessandro, and Sean, and they come at plus 161. And with that being said, I'm completely comfortable with Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean at plus 306. In my personal opinion, Sean can be a solid addition to the foundation this week. I do feel like Natalia, Alessandro, I don't see a night where they lose in any way, shape, form, or fashion, with all due respect to their opposition on Saturday night. Steve, I really see him clipping and disconnecting Kyle from his consciousness, man. at the very least, just hurting him multiple times over the course of 15 minutes if it goes the full distance and he survives and Steve wins by unanimous decision. So, again, I feel like Steve is a solid addition for the foundation. And with that being said, Sean, as much as I would have liked to see Gilbert come out on the upside in this matchup, I feel very much about this one the way I did about last week's matchup. Yeah, I'm talking about with Kaio and Jared. As much as I like Jared and respect him, his body of work that he's been able to produce over the years and through multiple divisions, just like, Gilbert, lightweight, welterweight. I've watched his whole career. His body of work has been very respectable. What he's been able to produce over the years against the level of opposition that he's been able to do it against. You understand what I'm saying to you? But with that being said, I feel like his best days are behind him. He's no longer living in them. As a human being, he might be living in the best days of his life, but as a, combat sports performer, I don't believe he's living in the best days. I think he's behind, those are behind him, where Sean's are, he's still coming into him, and we might very well see the best performance that we've ever seen out of him come this Saturday. So I really have no problem making Sean, the fourth and final leg to the foundation to build off of, man. You know what I mean? But with all that being said, my bad. That's just my personal opinion. I like Natalia, Alessandro, and Steve at plus 157. Natalia, Alessandro, and Sean at plus 161. And then I like the four of them. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean at plus 306. Now, for me, after that, you can do a little swap out. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, and Yanal, they come at plus 659. Or you could swap out and toss in Peak and Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, and Peak come at plus 671. You understand what I'm saying to you? It is what it is, man. That's a very volatile fight, man. You know what I mean? Tread very fucking lightly. Somebody, in my personal opinion, is going to get knocked the fuck out. Trevor Peek, being the more reckless one in his pursuit, could be the one to get clipped, as they both possess a nice little pop in their shots. Not exactly sure who possesses more pop in their shots. Not exactly sure who possesses the speed advantage in this matchup neither, man. I just do know, or I do believe, in my personal opinion, Peek to be the more reckless of the two. But that has paid off for him in the past against lower levels of opposition, and I don't rank Yanal to be that of a high level of opposition, man. I'm just siding with him against Peak because there's nothing about Peak I personally like, man. You know what I mean? It's the approach to the whole fight game, all of it is just a bit fucking reckless for me, man. For my comfortability anyway, you know what I mean? And Yanal can get it done via submission if he doesn't like how things are going on the feet in the striking department. You know what I mean? So, a bit more ways for him to get it done in my personal opinion. So that's why I'm, outside of the fact that I don't fucking much like Pete or anything about his game. That's why I'm going with Yanal. You know what I mean? But again, you feel me? Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, and Yanal are plus 659. Swap out Yanal for Peak, it's plus 671. But, you know what I mean? I feel like one of those is going to smack either way you look at it, because the foundation's not going to crack. It's going to hold firm with Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean. So everything after that is pretty much pick your own poison, swap out options, however you want to go about it, you know what I mean? But again, that's all just my personal opinion. I told you I like Vanessa and Chris at 10, plus 1040. I also got a trifecta, Vanessa, Chris, and O Vince for plus 3,719. So that's Vanessa and Chris at plus 1040, and Vanessa, Chris, and O Vince at plus 3719 for the trifecta. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, man, you ain't got to go crazy. You heard the numbers, man. Vanessa and Chris come at plus 1040. You can put $10 a piece on them, just a dub, and you're going to get yourself 200 and some change back. You know what I'm saying? if you aren't willing to, you know what I'm saying, risk a motherfucking a dime ahead on a dog play, just stay the fuck away from the dog plays. You know what I'm talking about? And the same with the trifecta, Vanessa, Chris, and O Vince. You could drop a dime on it. A dime on each one of them. Dime on it's gonna get you 300. You drop a dime on each one of them, so it's 30 on that three-legger. It's gonna clear the stack for you. You know what I'm talking about? But that's just me. Those are my dog plays, and luckily, you know what I mean, they're on the motherfucking prelims. So if they go ahead and smack and secure the bag, that'll be that. With that, once again, hell of a cash, you know, at the end of the prelims prior to the main card even starting. So I like Vanessa and Chris at plus 1040, man. They live as fuck. You feel what I'm saying to you? And as far as Vanessa's concerned, I just feel like she's the better all-around mixed martial artist. So that's just what that is. Can't talk me off that pick. Vanessa, Chris, and O Vince. Same with O Vince, man. O Vince is the better all-around mixed martial artist, and I'm not really impressed by any of Ryan Span's wins. Yes, Ryan Span has a knockout win over Dominic Cruz, where O Vince has a decision loss to Dominic Cruz. But you really need to take a look at that. You know what I mean? Take a look at that, because the decision loss to O Vince, if we're going to talk about that one, the decision loss that O Vince took to Dominic Reyes, my bad, I think I said Cruz, divisions away, but Reyes, the loss that he took to Dominic Reyes was in Dominic Reyes' run. And it wasn't like his last fight. I don't even believe it was his last fight before he fought John Jones and then just hit that slump. Like, it was in that run where Dominic Cruz was looking quite well against everybody in the division. And then he had to fight with John Jones where everybody thought he motherfucking won and all that. So this was that Dominic Cruz that couldn't get O Vince up out of there, but beat O Vince via submission. The Dominic Cruz that, you know, Ryan Span caught and got up out of there was... The Dominic that Ryan Span caught and got up out of there was the motherfucking Dominic that was getting caught and gotten the fuck up out of there by everybody prior to just catching that win he caught. You understand what I'm saying to you, man? So if you're going to talk about Ryan Span having a win over Dominic, because that's the biggest fucking name that he got a win over, in my personal opinion. If you're going to talk about him having that win over Dominic, man, and how O Vince has a loss to Dominic, talk about the time periods that those wins and losses took, because that was prime time for Dominic Reyes when O Vince Prue took him to the cards for a decision, when Dominic was getting everybody else up out of there and just looking spectacular against everybody. You know what I'm talking about? And when Ryan Span got him out of there is when everybody was getting him out of there. So you got to take all that shit into consideration, man. And then the other wins that O Vince and St. Prue's resume all together in a whole is just more impressive to me. And his all-around body of work isn't. Ryan Span wins this fight via KO, TKO inside the distance. Ryan Span does not win a decision, not against O Vince St. Prue, in my personal opinion. He's not winning via submission. If they get locked up and entangled, he's going to lose via submission. He could very well lose inside the distance via KO, TKO. Or if it goes the full 15 minutes, he will lose by decision. You know what I'm talking about? That's just my personal opinion. O Vince St. Prue, man. That's why he's in the trifecta. And to be quite honest with you, my bad, I took too much time on that 2-piece and that 3-piece, but I'm confident in them motherfuckers, man. For real, for real. It's not a dog or pass situation. It's a legitimate dog that I expect to bark and pop the fuck off on this card and cash a fucking bag, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you know, you feeling it in any way, shape, form, or fashion, all you gotta do is sprinkle a little $10. You ain't gotta put $10 ahead. You put $10 on it and get 100. You know what I mean? $10 for a unit. You put $10 on that for 3 units and some change. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got to go crazy. You feel me? I'm putting, you know what I mean, a little something, something down there, but you ain't got to go crazy. Moving on, man. You know, I already told y'all I like Natalia, Alessandro, and Steve. That's at plus 157. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Andre P. Petrowski. That comes at plus 255. You know what I mean? So that's Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Andre P. at plus 255. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean at plus 306. We already got to that. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, and Andre Petrowski, 5-pack for almost 5 times your money. That's Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean, the four, legs of the foundation. And then Andre Petrowski, he part of Sean's team, part of Sean's squad. Go ahead and add him in there. Now I'm talking about. And that 5-piece will get you plus 459. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, and Andre, man. And then 6 legs for plus 889 that I like is Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, Andre, and Andre. So that's Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, Andre Petrowski, and Andre Lima at plus 889. You know what I'm talking about? I'm on that. You feel me? Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre Petrowski, and Gabrielle, the boy Santos, they come at plus 406 for that 5-pack. And if you like Petrowski, you like Gabrielle, you know what I mean? I'm okay with that 5-pack. Then you might be all right with this 6-pack at plus 795. The 5 is Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre P, and Gabrielle. The 6 is Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre P, Gabrielle, and Andre L. You know what I'm talking about, for plus 795. Now, you can fuck with Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre P, Gabrielle, Andre L, which is the pack I just mentioned up there, and then toss in your null for plus 1574, or swap out your null and toss in Peak for plus 1602. That would be Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre Petrowski, Gabrielle, Andre Lima, and your null at plus 1574, or just swap out your null and toss in Peak for plus 1602. You know what I mean? Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, Andre, and Gabrielle, all favorites right there, come at plus 1293. That's Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, Andre, and Gabrielle at plus 1293. You know what I'm talking about? If you're not feeling the one Andre L Lima pick, but you like Andre Petrowski to get it done for the home team with Sean, you can take that up out of there and just do the 6-pack for plus 687. And that would be Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre Petrowski, Steve, and Gabrielle for plus 687. You know what I'm talking about? Something light, man. Nothing too crazy, man. Haymakers. For me, I got a few different ones that I tossed in. And then I had haymakers as far as these favorites are concerned. You know what I'm talking about? Me, Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, Andre, Gabrielle, and Vanessa at plus 5,194 for 8 legs. And then I took out Vanessa, used the same 7, Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, Andre, Gabrielle, and I tossed in Chris Padilla for plus 4,079. That's my 2 8-legger haymakers. You know what I'm talking about? 7 favorites, 1 dog at the end, 1 significant dog at the end. Vanessa being the dog at the end of one of them, Chris being the dog at the end of another one. I got another 8-leg. Vince is the dog at the end of that one. So the 7 legs is Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, the 4 foundation pieces. And it's Andre, you know what I'm saying? Andre, Gabrielle, and I tossed in Vanessa. I took out Vanessa, used the same 7, tossed in Chris. Took out Chris, used the same 7, tossed in Vince. You feel what I'm saying to you? Then my toss all the way down field is all 10, all 3 of my dogs wrapped up in a 10-legger. You know what I mean? And that's Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Steve, Andre, Gabrielle, Vince, Chris, and Vanessa. And that's for plus 53,110. You know what I'm talking about? That's my haymakers. Those are my haymakers. I have 3 8-leggers, and then I have 1 10-legger. My 3 8-leggers, I'm using my 7 favorites, and then my 4 foundation legs. and my 3 other favorites. Then I'm just tossing a dog, one of my dogs on each one of those. Bung, bung, bung. And those are my little 8-leg haymakers. And then I'm using all 3 of my dogs with my 7 favorites for my 10-leg. You know what I mean? If you fucking with these favorites, you know what I'm talking about, and you like Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean as foundation pieces, Andre, you know what I'm talking about, Gabrielle, Jacqueline, and Isaac, if you like those 8 sizable favorites to come through and secure the bag, you can catch them at plus 1232. I started at 8 because, these are haymakers. We already went over, the smaller legs, 4s and 5s, 6s and all that. This is the haymaker section. So I started y'all with 8 favorites. I kept Andre Lima up out of there because I know some people might not necessarily be comfortable with that pick. Understandably so. You know what I'm saying? If you're comfortable with Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, and Steve as foundation pieces, and you're all right with motherfucking Gabrielle, you like Ryan against old Vince, Jacqueline, and Isaac as sizable favorites, those 8 right there get you plus 1232. Then you can, this is all favorites. Then you could toss in Wrong Zoo, and that'll get you plus 1735, like Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, Andre, Gabrielle, Ryan, Jacqueline, Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean, Andre, Gabrielle, Ryan, Jacqueline, and Isaac. I started y'all at 9. Those motherfuckers get you plus 1232. Then it's for your 10th leg. You could toss in Razoo if you like Razoo, and you'll go from plus 1232 to 1735. Or you could take Razoo out, toss Lima in for plus 2257. Take Lima out as your 10th leg, toss Dos Santos in as your 10th leg, and go plus 2591. Take Dos Santos out because we just going to forget about that fight and keep this 9. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, Andre, Gabrielle, Ryan, Jacqueline, and Isaac, and just worry about swapping out that 10th leg. So let's throw in Peak for plus 2433, or swap out Peak and toss in Yanal for plus 2391. You know what I'm talking about? That's what haymakers with all the favorites look like. You know what I mean? If you're fucking with it, you're fucking with it. If you're not, you're not. You can run with it or run from it. It's completely up to you. But a haymaker with all favorites, starting with 9 favorites and just offering swap out options for the 10th leg, looks like Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, Andre Petrowski, Gabrielle, Ryan, Jacqueline, and Isaac. You toss in Wrong, and that comes at plus 1232. You toss in Wrong Zoo for plus 1735, pull out Wrong Zoo, toss in Lima for plus 2257, pull out Lima, toss in Dos Santos for plus 2591. Pull out Dos Santos, just toss in Peak for plus 2433, or pull out Peak and toss in Yanal for plus 2391. That's what haymakers look like as far as all of these motherfucking favorites are concerned. You know what I'm talking about? And that's that with that for right now, man. You know what I mean? That's that with that. That's how the ball bounces and the cookie crumbles, man. My dog plays on the prelims are Andre and Chris at plus 430, or Chris and Vanessa at plus 1040. I also like the trifecta, which is Vanessa, Chris, and O Vince at plus 3719. You know what I'm saying? My haymaker on the prelims is Gabrielle, Isaac, Andre, O Vince, Chris, and Vanessa. You know what I mean? At plus 13,347. I also like Andre, and Chris as a 3-piece at plus 610. And my 4th Street, my stop on 4th Street is Andre, Chris, and Vanessa for plus 2600. That is what I like on the prelims, man. But again, for them favorites, you can go Andre, and Isaac for plus 150. Andre, Isaac, and Gabrielle for plus 252. Toss in Rangzhou for plus 384. Toss in Ryan for plus 536. And toss in Jacqueline for plus 699. You know what I'm talking about? Clean sweep for those favorites on the prelims. Looks like that. And then the main card is where the foundation resides at. And in my personal opinion, with Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean. And the three pieces is Natalia, Alessandro, and Steve at plus 157. Natalia, Alessandro, and Sean at plus 161, or all four of them together. Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, and Sean at plus 306, man. Use them same four and toss in your now for plus 659, or swap out your now and toss in peak for plus 671, man. You know what I mean? And that's it, man. You feel me? For the whole card, if you want to mix it up, you can bring drag Andre Petrowski up and make him a part of your foundation next to his homie Sean, and go Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, and Andre Petrowski at plus 459. Almost 5 times your money for 5 individuals that should come through and secure that bag. And again, I like adding a 6 leg to that, and I like that 6 leg being the other Andre at plus 889, and that would be Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, Andre, and Andre at plus 889. Now I'm talking about if you know, you don't like the other Andre and you want to go with Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre Petrowski, and Gabrielle, they come at plus 406. Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre Petrowski, Gabrielle, Andre Lima, and Yanal at plus 1574, or swap out Yanal for peak at plus 1602. If you just don't want to put Lima in all of it, completely understandable. Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre Petrowski, Steve, and Gabrielle come at plus 687. But if you're all right with the Andre Lima, those 6 plus Andre Lima come at plus 1293. You know what I'm talking about? And haymakers for me, I have 4, 8 legs for 3, and 10 legs for that last one, man. You know what I mean? I'm building my haymakers off of these 7 legs. Natalia, Alessandro, Sean, Andre, Steve, Gabrielle, and Andre. I'm adding Vanessa at the end of one, Chris Padilla at the end of another, and over in St. Prue at the end of another. And then for my haymaker, it's all 3 of them wrapped up with those 7 for plus 53,110, and that's Natalia Silva, Alessandro Costa, Sean Brady, Steve Garcia, Andre Petrowski, Andre Lima, Gabriel Santos, over in St. Prue, Chris Padilla, and Vanessa Demopoulos for plus 53,110. And once again, if you just like the favorites for a clean sweep, by all means, to each their own. I'm going to give you a 9-piece, and we swap out for the 10th leg, man. It's Natalia, Alessandro, Steve, Sean, Andre, Gabrielle, Ryan, Jacqueline, and Isaac. And you can toss in Wrong Zoo for plus 1735. Take out Wrong Zoo, toss in Lima for plus 2257. Take out Lima, toss in Dos Santos for plus 2591. Or fuck that fight and toss in Peak for 2433. Fuck Peak, toss in you now for 2391. Or fuck all that extra shit and just rock with that 7 or that 9-piece real quick. Natalia Silva, Alessandro Costa, Steve Garcia, Sean Brady, Andre Petrowski, Gabriel Santos, Ryan Spann, Jacqueline, whatever old girl's last name is, Isaac Delgarian, and just do them at plus 1232 and not worry about the swap out option. You know what I mean? That's that with that. I was a bit redundant, but so the fuck what? You know what I'm talking about? Maybe somebody didn't want to rewind this motherfucker, man. And I just redundantly repeated myself for him over and over again. You know what I'm talking about? But that's it, man. Prelims, main card, whole card. Of course, I'll be, dog plays. Of course, I'll be tapping back in throughout the week to offer up some more parlays. You know what I mean? Especially when I get to that window and get to putting them in. But, yeah, that's that with that, man. I will tap back in and do my final thoughts video and go over the whole card one final time so everybody can understand exactly why I'm on the side that I'm on. And absolutely none of these dogs are a dog or pass situation. I legitimately expect every dog that I pick to bark. 100%. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Best of luck with any bets, any parlays. Early bird get the worm. That's why, I try to drop these as early as I can. Appreciate y'all.